What if I told you that the best FPS of all time is completely free and that it has better gunplay, better graphics and better destruction than any shooter ever created? Introducing The Finals by Embark Studios. The Finals is what happens when you take everything predictable about modern shooters, toss it out the window and then set the building on fire. This game is pure chaos. Picture this, you're on a team with a 7-foot tall dude in a pink skirt, a sledgehammer and a television for a head. Your squad is ziplining across a collapsing skyscraper in the middle of Seoul. You're chasing a floating vault full of cash while dodging mines, goo grenades and RPG rockets. And it all takes place inside a futuristic game show that looks like Mirror's Edge got rebooted by Black Mirror. Okay, that's cool and all, but why should you play this game? I'll tell you in one word, cash out. The cash out game mode is the backbone of the finals. Here's the pitch. 8 teams of 3 players, 2 vaults, 4 squads in each match. Everyone's fighting over vaults of virtual cash, and the only way to win is to grab the vault and hold it for dear life at a cash out station. After 10 minutes, the 2 teams from each match that have earned the most amount of cash advance to the semi-final. Land in the top 2 position again and you go to the grand final. A single vault is now placed in the middle of the map, and the first team to get 2 cash outs wins it all. It's an absolute inferno of high stakes madness and you truly feel every victory and loss. I've played COD for decades. I was making wonky ass Sony Vegas montages back in 2012. I've no-lifed the Modern Warfares, the Black Ops, you name it, but nothing, and I mean nothing, hits like the finals. There's something about the tension when you're holding a vault, 30 seconds on the timer and you hear footsteps above you. You start fortifying, set up barricades, toss goo grenades, set up turrets and place mines, and then all hell breaks loose. Explosions, debris, a heavy charges through the wall like the armored titan in Attack on Titan, and you're screaming into comms trying to hold the point. And speaking of heavies, what can you actually play as in the finals? There are 3 classes which all have 3 to 4 specializations to choose from. And don't worry, we'll get into all that in a bit. But unlike 90% of class-based shooters, all classes in the game are extremely fun to play as. So first off, we got heavies. These guys are built like refrigerators and hit like trains. They're essentially tanks meant to soak up damage, 45 cash outs and breach enemy blockades. As a heavy, you're slow as fuck, but you got a ton of health, amazing tools and so many ways to destroy everything. With your trusty RPG, you're able to shoot down the cash out, making it easier to steal. You can use it to create openings for your team to steal the cash out by blowing a giant hole in the wall, or you can simply use it to kill that last fucker who's trying to run away from you. You also got barricades where you can create cover for your team, or you can place them in front of doorways to seal off the cash point to prevent enemies from stealing your valuable treasure.
Body, come back!
In true Star Wars fashion, you're also able to throw a dome shield, giving your teammate much needed protection while stealing a heavily contested cash out. They've also got a ton of cool ass weapons. You've got flamethrowers, multiple LMGs, sledgehammers, shotguns, a grenade launcher, but most importantly, they got dual deagles. Okay, I really do suck at using them, but my inner Modern Warfare 2 child is so proud right now. But as promised, time for the specializations. By choosing one or the other, you'll completely change the way you approach the game. As a heavy, you've got 4 to choose from. You've got the charge and slam, where you basically just start screaming like Kratos while smashing through whatever obstacle is in your way. Like the RPG, it's a great way to create openings or take out an enemy when you need to reload. And as a bonus, if you hit in mid-air, you're able to either crash through ceilings or deal a ton of damage to enemies below you. Then you got the mesh shield. It's like the dome shield, but instead of throwing it, you're holding it. It's great for shielding your team while you're stealing cash out, if you're trying to get away from enemies or close the distance to them. I kid you not, I used to spam the mesh shield and flamethrower combo all the time. You basically pull out the mesh shield, close the distance, start frying their asses, then as soon as you've set them on fire, you just enable the mesh shield again and block their shots while the flames still damage over time. Then you basically just rinse and repeat until they're dead. It isn't as powerful today, but I swear you used to get like 20 plus kills spamming this technique back in the day. You've also got the winch claw, where you yoink enemies toward you. If you combine this with the sledgehammer or flamethrower, you've got pure nightmare fuel. Grabbing a light and one-shotting them with the sledgehammer is honestly pure satisfaction. You can even use it to yoink the cash out itself towards you, completely negating all the fortification the enemy team has done. And the final specializations Heavy's got is the goo gun. With this, you're able to get crazy creative. You're able to block entrances, build stairs to reach cash outs faster, block enemy shots. And if you combine it with the flamethrower or the pyro grenade, you're able to trap enemies and set them on fire. I've even seen people create planes out of goo, and come on, you can't tell me this doesn't look cool as hell.
Anti-gravity going out! Placing a cover! Reloading!
But onto my favorite class, light. Now if heavies are your tanks, lights are your DPS glass cannon ninjas. They've got 0 health, a ton of speed and a crazy amount of damage. They've got vanishing bombs making both you and your team more or less invisible, smoke grenades, which to be fair isn't that impressive, but if you pair it with the thermal vision you suddenly get absolute fireworks. Just imagine this, you're trying to steal a cash out, you throw your smoke grenades and you turn on the thermal vision. Now you're able to see them as clear as day while they basically can't see shit. It's perfect for picking off enemies or running in and stealing the cash out in the dying seconds. They've also got gateway grenades which let you open a portal between 2 points. So if you throw one gateway on the vault, it'll automatically be teleported to you as soon as the vault unlocks. It's extremely clutch when you're running out of time and you need to activate a new cash out before the time runs out. Lights also have a ton of cool weapons. You've got snipers, SMPs, shotguns, swords, daggers and even playing cards. Well, it is actually just throwing knives, but with the right skin you get this. Or this. And even this. But my personal favorite is the M11. It's an absolute bullet hose. If you get in close enough, they won't even have time to blink before the health bar is completely gone. Which brings me to their specializations. With the cloak, you're able to turn almost invisible. It's perfect for flanking the enemy, quickly killing one of them, and then stepping back into the shadows before they spot you. And if you pair it with the vanishing bomb, as I talked about earlier, you're almost able to stay invisible the whole time. The dash specialization is extremely popular. Lights are by far the fastest class, so when you pair it with the dash, you're able to weave through gunfire, circle enemies and force them to spin like Beyblades trying to find you. If you get good at using this, you're an absolute menace to society. But most importantly, you've got the grappling hook. It's absolutely trash. It's exactly as it sounds. You're able to grapple onto something to either ascend a building quickly or get away from enemies. I mean, to be fair, I have seen some people use it well, so if anyone from the finals community sees this, please don't cancel me.
回家吃饭吗？你回家吃饭吗？回家吃饭吗，宝贝儿？
But I still think my point stands. You'll get away quicker by using dash and you'll ascend buildings quicker with the medium class. And speaking of which, the final class is medium. These guys are the glue of a good squad. They're faster than heavies, tankier than lights, and they've got support tools that make or break fights. Traversal in the finals is already so ridiculously smooth, but with the toolkit medium has, this is taken to a whole nother level. With the zipline you're able to cover a ton of ground or scale a building in a matter of seconds. It's perfect for getting to the vault or cash out in time. They've also got jump pads, which basically fulfills the same purpose, but while the zipline will usually transport you further and higher, the jump pad allows you to get away extremely quickly when getting shot at. You can also place it at an angle to travel a ridiculous distance, and you can even get creative by placing it in front of doorways or the cash out itself, so when the enemy rush in, they'll be launched a few meters away, giving you valuable time to shoot them before they readjust their focus. But the most important tool they have is the defibrillator. With the defib, you're able to almost instantly revive your teammate, letting them re-enter battle with half of the health bar. So imagine this, you're in the grand final, it's you and your 2 buddies against 3 mediums. You finally manage to kill one of them, just to hear the sound of him getting instantly revived. Then you kill the medium who just revived him, just for him to get revived instantly by the other medium you just killed. But this gets especially insane when you combine it with their specializations. With the healing beam, you're able to keep healing your squad. So imagine what happens when you pair it with the defib. You instantly revive your teammate and in a matter of seconds, you've healed him to full health. It's also really useful if you stand behind a heavy on your team. The heavy soaks up all the damage while you stay behind and keep replenishing his health. The sentry turret specialization is also cool as hell. It's basically an AI teammate. Pop one of these in the corner of a cash out and watch how frustrated the enemies get. Especially if you got 2 of these on your team. You're able to place them in each their own corner, and that way you'll make it a living hill for the enemy to even enter the room. However, the last specialization, the dematerializer, counters this beautifully. With this, you're able to delete walls, floors, and even ceilings. I can't tell you how many times my team and I have fortified our cash out perfectly, just for an enemy to open a hole in the floor, dropping the cash out down to the floor below, and then closing the hole behind them. This gets especially frustrating if you don't run with any type of destruction on your team. You're now forced to find a staircase and try to get to them before they steal your valuable treasure. Okay, I'm sorry, I'll stop. But just like lights and heavies, mediums have so many awesome weapons to choose from. They have assault rifles like the AKM, FCAR and FAMAS, and they're absolutely brilliant. Then you've got repeaters, shotguns, riot shields and even dual blades. With the dual blades, you're not only able to deflect the bullets shot at you, but also kill enemies with them. It is very gimmicky, but it's extremely fun to run around with a full squad of dual blades, especially in close quarter maps. And finally, mediums also have a grenade launcher, but unlike the one heavy's got, this one is absolutely broken. The grenades explode on impact, so if you play as a light, it's almost impossible to put up a fight. Throw a smoke to steal the cash out? Doesn't matter, 2 mediums will just keep blasting grenades as soon as they see you initiating a steal. Try to turn invisible to get away from them? Doesn't matter, because of course they don't have to aim at you to actually kill you. Okay, it might seem like I complain a lot about certain loadouts, but that's the beauty of the finals. If you just spend 5 minutes on the finals subreddit, you'll find people raging about every class and weapon. And I mean, if everyone is complaining about a different class or weapon being too OP, then Embark has found a beautiful balance where everything gets countered by something. It's kind of like a rock, paper, scissors of mayhem, where it's the creativity that wins you the fight. And one of the coolest things about the finals is that you have unlimited ammo. And don't worry, it is with reloads of course. But you also have 0 fall damage. And it just makes so much goddamn sense. Like, when I think back on my COD days, I never go wait. I actually kinda loved only having 90 shots and then needing to loot a corpse just to realize it's a shotgun with 1 bullet in the chamber, or backing up on a roof and falling to my death. I truly mean, with these limitations gone, the finals never slows down. Instead, you get constant sensory overload of strategic action and drama. And speaking of sensory overload, you gotta hear about the maps. The finals isn't set in a traditional war zone. It takes place inside a televised blood sport wrapped in neon and broadcast to billions. You've got giant floating ads and crowds cheering you on while buildings collapse around you. And this dystopian yet vibrant game show gives Embark full license to get weird. Like really weird. One second you're shooting an RPG into a collapsing temple in Kyoto. And the next you're getting bodied by a small guy in an alien costume with a digital 8-bit sword. And the game show setup makes it all make sense. It's what allows the map to feel surreal. You've got locations like a futuristic version of Seoul, ancient Kyoto, and even a dystopian version of Las Vegas. And it's why it makes so much sense to have announcers narrating the matches like it's WWE meets the Hunger Games. And because it's also weird, the cosmetics never feel out of place. They fit the world and tone extremely well. And since the world is so weird, you'll start thinking, wait a minute, why shouldn't I be able to use playing cards as a weapon or deflect bullets with katanas? And what's so refreshing about the maps is that they don't follow the typical 3-lane structure like basically every COD map ever created. Instead, you're able to carve your own path and completely avoid campers spawn killing you. Which brings me to what really completes the final, the destruction. You know how in Call of Duty when you chuck a grenade at a wall, it kinda just bounces off and the wallpaper maybe gets a bit dirty? In the finals, when you blow something up, you don't just simulate destruction, you change the entire map. It's hands down the most intense, satisfying and jaw-dropping destruction I've ever seen in any shooter. Imagine you're mid-match, guarding cash out inside an apartment in Monaco. You've got a couple traps set up, your turrets are covering every entrance, and your teammates yelling at you to drop a goo wall. But then, a heavy with the sledgehammer comes crashing through the back wall. The entire support beam starts collapsing. An RPG comes crashing through the window, and suddenly the entire building caves in on itself. Floors start shifting, the cash out falls 4 stories, you fall with it. And while you're falling, you're fighting 3 enemy teams who are all trying to steal your valuable treasure.
Daddy, I'm a pirate!
That's the last one, I promise.
Arr. Arr.
Every building, every wall, every rooftop can be broken, reshaped, or blown up. None of it's scripted, the destruction is fully dynamic. If it collapses, it's because someone made it collapse. And that unpredictability is what gives the finals its soul. The movement and pacing in this game is just next level. So imagine there's 30 seconds left, your team is broke as hell. The only active cash out is across the map in a crumbling tower.
What would you do?
You hit a jump pad, rocket off a crane, throw a goo grenade mid-air to block incoming fire, zipline to the top floor and slam into the cash out like King Kong. It's fluid, it's dynamic, and it never gets old. It's even amazing to do some good old parkour, so you don't even need to find a stairway, you can just climb on the outside of most buildings to reach the cash out even quicker. And the sliding feels extremely smooth. It's perfect for quickly getting away from enemies or traversing the map quicker. You just slide off a roof as a medium and place a jump pad just before you land, you'll get to safety in a matter of seconds. And yeah, I have to say, after playing the finals, going back to COD feels like walking through quicksand in a dream. Like, I love COD, it's the franchise I've spent the most amount of time in, but when I try to cross the map in COD now, it feels like I'm commuting to work in traffic. There's no flow, no creativity, whereas in the finals, you're constantly thinking vertically, which really makes it feel less like a corridor shooter and more like a 3-dimensional chess match where movement is your most underrated weapon. And while we're on the topic of climbing the ladder in ranked is so extremely addicting. You'll care about each win and rage at every loss. The first time I hit plat with the boys, we were all so goddamn stoked. It honestly felt like such a big achievement. And I swear to God, the first time I actually won a tournament, I couldn't stop smiling for a solid 10 minutes. And I know I've talked a lot about ranked, so it might seem like the game isn't really for new or casual players, but you really shouldn't worry too much about the difficulty. While the game does throw a lot of you, you'll keep learning, readjusting your loadouts and playstyle, and soon you'll get your first win and smile like an idiot just like I did. But for real though, you can always just play the casual mode called Quick Cash. It's a ton of fun and you won't be punished in any way for trying out different loadouts and slowly improving your playstyle. Plus, I will say the casual mode does come with a really cool bonus. It has crazy events throughout the match where crazy shit starts happening. You've got things like alien invasion, meteor showers, and orbital lasers, which will cause massive destruction to the arena.
And do you know what else is massive?
I'm sorry. The orbital lasers even target any player who stands still for too long. So if you keep standing still, it won't matter if you're on the highest floor or if you've got 6 stories above you. Eventually, it will shoot you. And sometimes you'll even encounter low gravity, and if you're trying to use a jump pad while this event is going on, you'll get launched like 10 times as high as normally. It's extremely awkward, so I do get why it isn't in ranked mode anymore, but in Quick Cash, it just makes so much sense. And while I don't really play them, there are actually multiple other game modes in the finals. You've got Team Deathmatch, a Sabotage mode called Terminal Attack, a Kill Confirm mode called Bang It, and Power Shift where 2 teams fight to move a floating platform. And I will say they're all actually really fun to play, but you know, I'm a loyal guy. I only got eyes for my bae. But like in any other live service game, the finals has seasons. They last 90 days and they're all cool as hell. They bring new maps, new weapons, and of course new battle passes. The battle pass is only $10 and you really only have to play it once. See, Embark has done something genius, at least from a player first standpoint. They've got this system called circuits where you complete simple challenges in exchange for bonus XP. It could be something like dealing 5,000 damage with a medium. As the season goes on, more circuits unlock, and by the end, all circuits are live. And the awesome part is that a lot of the challenges are overlapping, so you go from earning like 5,000 XP a match to as much as 90,000 XP. This completely removes the grind panic you feel in other games. You really just have to play in the last 2 weeks of the season and you'll still earn enough in-game currency to rebuy the next battle pass for free. And I gotta say, the battle passes are amazing. You get a ton of cool skins for your character and weapons, you get weird emotes, and then you get stickers and sprays, which are basically just filler. Like, I've never seen anyone actually use them. But the skins are chef's kiss. You get things like samurai skins, alien costumes, cowboy skins, and a skin that turns your dagger into a pencil, and a ton of other weird stuff. And what I absolutely love about the skins is that you're able to mix and match each piece of clothing, and I'm telling you, this can get weird very fast. Like, you can either make a really cool and intimidating character, or you can go in the completely other direction and make a cracked out fever dream of a man. I mean, what am I looking at? What the hell? Oh, and I almost forgot, you even get pets. And the cool thing is, they'll just sit and chill on your shoulder while you're bleeding out. Like, take a look at this cute dragon here, or this good boy. Okay, I actually did have to pay money to buy the dog, but I mean, come on, just look at him. You gotta admit, that is a good boy. I will say the premium skins sold separately are really cool as well. And it is a great way to support the studio who has given us this masterpiece for free. But if you're short on money, honestly just go for the battle pass, and you'll basically earn a lifetime of new skins and cosmetics. But if you're like me and you gave up on speaking on open comms sometime around Modern Warfare 2's third slur per minute, you'll be happy to hear it. The finals comes with a surprisingly good comms wheel. With a couple of quick taps, you can ping enemy positions, mark objectives, request a revive, tell teammates to group up, say no when someone pings like an idiot, or just hit them with the classic
Think you're a star!
after they revived you for the 2nd time in a row. It's extremely intuitive to use and it makes communication with your team so much easier. I will say, however, they've just added the ability for keyboard players to write custom messages to console players, and I swear to God, the amount of times a computer player rages out for something that's their fault is absolutely ridiculous. And the worst part is that unless you plug a keyboard into your console, you won't even be able to respond. So every time a teammate completely crashes out, calling me every slur under the sun, I always hit them with the coldest comeback I know, the thank you button. In the ranked game mode, you're only able to respawn a certain amount of times. So if you burn through all your respawn coins, you'll have to either be revived or wait for a complete team wipe to get back in the fight. So I do wish they would add more prompts to the comms wheel, like a don't respawn command or a spawn now signal. Because if you ever have the pleasure of having a teammate blow all the respawn coins for literally no reason, or refuse to use them while you're pushing for the final cash out with 30 seconds on the clock, and you'll know how infuriating this can be. So Embark, if you're listening, add these please. But look, I'm not here to tell you that calling of Duty is dead, or the Marvel rivals and Fortnite aren't doing their own things. But I am here to tell you that if you spend the last few years feeling like your favorite shooters have grown stale, then the finals is the breath of fresh air you didn't know you needed. I mean, it's completely free and in no way, shape or form pay to win. So please guys, for my sake, just try it out and tell me what you think of it. And while you wait for it to download, click on this video where I dive into why you need to play GTA 5 before GTA 6 drops. Critically out.